Spider Month is coming to an end, but we couldn't finish out the month without talking about one of the most iconic Spider movies of all time as we celebrate 35 years of 1990s Arachnophobia. Let's go.
Flip the switches to maximum amplification as Parker, Dan, and Angela prepare for their operation. With trivia and plot points scrawled across their walls, laughter and debate erupts as the movie's drama calls. The world may call them crazy, minds gone astray, but genius and passion and madness all dance the same way. Now the show begins to rise from its broadcast realm, and you can open your eyes as we dissect that film.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dissect That Film Podcast, a podcast that dissects the good, the bad, and the ugly of cinema. I'm your host, Brett Parker. Joining me once again for the first time this month is the complete duo of DNA Gaming. We have Dan and Angela back. Woo! Welcome back, Angela. Dan, you've been here, so I don't need to celebrate you as much.
Yeah, I know what we're talking about.
Yeah, but Angela, you're back. I'm so happy you're back. And what a movie to come back to than Arachnophobia or Steven Spielberg movie that he didn't direct, because I feel like anytime he's an executive producer on a movie, he is pretty much the director without being the director. You know what I mean?
He just has that power.
He does. He's Steven Spielberg, for crying out loud. But we're happy you're back.
Equivalent. Senor Spielbergo.
Well, I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, and when we talk about at the end, you are not allowed to leave, at least for the next month. The next month is a special one, so you cannot leave. But we will talk more about that at the end of the episode. Dan's already gone. We just started the episode. Dan's already gone. That's a normal thing. It's a normal thing.
Yeah.
For anyone who watches the video, Dan left. But if you're listening to us, you never even knew he was gone. But I mentioned it, so you knew. You have to know.
Oh, there was something rapping on my door.
Rap.
Wasn't
I thought,
Raven?
No. I thought it was a cat, but it wasn't.
I really want to watch that Treehouse of Horror episode with the Raven.
Yep.
Just because
that's
of that.
what I was thinking.
Yeah. So yeah, today we are finishing out Spider Month, which has been a fun little kind of impromptu month that really wasn't planned to begin with, but because of the Monster Zone, we made the whole month about spiders. And hopefully Dan had a good time, Mr. Spider himself.
Yes.
As we got to show you guys our episode that we recorded a couple years ago on Tarantula from 1955, which is kind of like one of the OG Spider movies. And then we talked about one of the craziest Spider movies probably ever made, which was 2002's Eight-Legged Freaks. And then last week for the Monster Zone, you guys got to listen to us talk about The Giant Spider Invasion, which was a Spider movie that came out the same year as Jaws, even references the movie in the movie. And it's just a wild, wild time. But
something.
I really have wanted to talk about this movie for a long time because, for one, not just because it's about spiders, but because my favorite director is involved in it, has one of my favorite actors. I think it's, when it comes to spider movies that I've seen throughout my life, this is probably my favorite. And I want to kind of see what you all thought of it. So today we are talking about 1990s Arachnophobia.
From Hollywood Pictures and Amblin Entertainment, when Dr. Ross Jennings and his family decide to move to the country.
Oh, Ross, smell that air.
They thought they'd found the perfect little town.
How are you finding life here?
But instead,
it's all rotten down there.
I'll call the exterminator.
They're getting more.
Would anybody object if I tore this floor out?
I would.
False alarm, then lead on it.
Than anyone's bargained for.
I think we got a big problem here in Canada.
Now, experts are moving in.
Rock and roll!
And neighbors are moving out.
There may be some spiders around here that are very dangerous.
This is way out of my league.
He believes he came across one of the offending spiders a couple hours ago.
Actually, it's probably still in the bottom of my shoe.
It's a roller coaster ride you'll never forget. Arachnophobia, the most fun you'll have being scared.
Hello.
Dan, Angela, do you have a history with this movie?
I remember watching it a long time ago, but it's been a long time since I've watched it.
I know I watched it at some point when I was younger. I was actually talking to my mom about it earlier. I watched it at some point when I was younger. And then sometime a chunk after that in like my 20s and 30s. But that's it. Like, I think I've only seen this movie 2 times. Maybe. That's about it.
This was one for me that I remember seeing at the little hole in the wall video rental place that I would go to with my dad that I talk about all the time. And just the cover. And to be honest, like the cover gets you. It's a beautifully done cover of like the city, or it's like the town, you know, landscape. And then you have the moon with the spider kind of silhouetting itself. And it's like, it's a very iconic poster. And to be honest, it wasn't even the cover that got me. It was Steven Spielberg's name, because anytime I'd go into, you know, my local Hollywood Video or that little hole in the wall, if I saw a movie that had Steven Spielberg's name, it didn't matter what it was, I wanted to see it. It interested me. And to be honest, John Goodman's name was another one that kind of hooked me, because at the time I was watching a lot of Roseanne, and John Goodman was the man and still is the man. So it was a couple different factors of why I latched onto this movie. And this might have been the movie that introduced me to Jeff Daniels, because I don't think I had seen Speed at the time. I don't think I had seen Dumb and Dumber. I don't think I had seen any of his early stuff. So this might have been my introduction to Jeff Daniels, and I became a fan. So that's my little small history with Arachnophobia. Arachnophobia was directed by Frank Marshall. It was his directorial debut. Frank Marshall, mostly known as an executive producer on pretty much anything Steven Spielberg does. He was executive producer on all the Indiana Jones films, Jurassic Park, Lost World, Jurassic Park, pretty much anything Jurassic Park related. He ultimately, I feel this was one of those moments where Steven Spielberg was already doing a movie, and he was like, I really want to be involved in this movie, but I can't direct it. So who do I have direct? And he was just like, hey, Frank, you want to direct a movie? And he was like, sure, but all right, I've never done it before. Whatever, get in there. And ultimately, that's, I think, how Frank Marshall ended up directing this movie. But he's worked with a lot of people, such as like M. Night Shyamalan, Robert Zemeckis, and he also directed Congo in 1995, which is another one we're going to cover at some point.
Damn right.
That's a great one. He also directed the movie 8 Below, which was the Paul Walker Snow Dog movie. You remember that one?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, he was also
5 Below.
5 Below. Everything is 5 or below.
More or less.
He was
like
also
Dollar General.
Yeah, exactly.
Kinda.
But he was also an executive producer on the Back to the Future movies, the Bourne movies. He's actually married to Kathleen Kennedy, who has been a longtime collaborator with Steven Spielberg throughout the years. So, yeah. So this was his. So he didn't do a lot, but this was his directorial debut. It was written by Don Jacoby and Wesley Strick. Wesley Strick would go on to write movies such as Wolf with Jack Nicholson and Martin Scorsese's remake of Cape Fear. He was also a writer and executive producer for the show The Man in the High Castle, which is a weird dystopian, like, what if the Nazis won World War II? What would the world be like type? It was based on a book. Shows on, I think it's an Amazon show. Interesting. Check it out. Produced by Kathleen Kennedy and Richard Vane. Cinematography was done by Mikhail Solomon, who did Band of Brothers, Salem's Lot, Rome, so a lot of TV stuff. The music was done by Trevor Jones, which the funny thing is when I heard the intro to this movie, I immediately thought of the composer for Anaconda, which I don't even know who the composer. I don't remember who the composer was for Anaconda. Actually, I can look it up right now. I have the VHS.
Just power.
The composer for Anaconda was Randy Edelman. And when I heard the intro music to this movie, I immediately thought of Anaconda.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I thought it was the same guy, but no. This Trevor Jones, he did movies such as Excalibur, The Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, The Last Mohegans. So he's a lot of great scores. Last Mohegans, probably one of the most iconic scores. Like, even if you've never seen the movie, if you heard the main theme to that movie, you would be like, oh yeah, I've heard that before. It's so good.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Last of the Mohegans?
No.
With Daniel Day-Lewis?
No.
Oh, check it out. It's great. So good. I was released July 18th, 1990. Ran at an hour and 50 minutes. It had a budget of $22 million and a box office take-in of $53.2 million. So it did okay. Yeah. I mean, for a movie of this caliber, I mean, yeah, even though it has Spielberg's name attached to it, it's pretty good. It made double its budget, so it won, I guess. The cast, we have Jeff Daniels as Dr. Ross Jennings. We have Harley Jane Kozak as Molly Jennings, who, from what I've been told, she didn't do a whole lot after this movie. I think this might have been her last movie.
What was she doing before this? Did she do anything?
She did Parenthood in 1989. She did When Harry Met Sally. And her film debut was in a slasher film called The House on Sorority Row in 1982. But after this, she went on to she did some small things. She did a lot of writing. And then she wrote novels.
A lot of TV work.
Yeah. We have John Goodman as Delbert McClintock. John Goodman got this role because of Steven Spielberg, because he worked with Spielberg in 1989's Always. And one of the stipulations for Spielberg becoming an executive producer on this movie was the fact of Frank Marshall hiring John Goodman to be in the movie, which ultimately that relationship would be the reason why John Goodman would become Fred Flintstone a few years later in the Flintstones.
Ouch.
I love Flintstones. I don't care.
For his point of view,
from his side, we have Julian Sands, the late Julian Sands, as Dr. James Atherton, Brian McNamara as Chris Collins, James Handy as Milt Briggs, Peter Jason as Henry Beechwood, Henry Jones as Dr. Sam Metcalf, Frances Bay as Evelyn Metcalf, Grandma from Happy Gilmore.
Yep.
Mark L. Taylor as Jerry Manley, Roy Brocksmith as Irv Kendall, Kathy Kinney as Blair Kendall, Stuart Pankin as Sheriff Lloyd Parsons, and Mary Carver as Margaret Hollins. Now, Stuart Pankin, I saw he was the voice of Earl Sinclair in Dinosaur.
Really?
Yep.
Well, damn it.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
Another podcast, I think it might have been Hack the Movies, covered this, and I think that was one of the facts that Tony had pulled up. So I figured I'd share it on here. That's a pretty cool fact. But yeah. So when they were making this movie, it took a lot of inspiration from a movie that Dan doesn't like, which is 1977's Kingdom of the Spiders. But also Frank Marshall wanted this to be like Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, but with spiders. Like where it's like it's scary, but it's also funny. You know, so it's like you're not totally scared the whole time, but it still will leave a lasting impact on you. Because to be honest, when we get to the comments from everybody on social media, a lot of the comments are just like, this movie terrified me. It made me afraid of spiders, which it's like Spielberg just loves doing that. Like Spielberg didn't write this movie. He didn't direct it, but like he's always involved in movies that just have that lasting impression of whatever is involved in the movie. So like this had spiders, Jaws was with sharks or the ocean. Spielberg, man, just terrifying people.
Schindler's Fist, shit list with Nazis.
What? Schindler's Fist?
Yeah, it's the porn version of Schindler's List.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
There you go, man. Making Nazis scary again.
Oh my God. Oh man. Jamie Hyneman, who is one of the hosts of Mythbusters, he actually worked on this movie. This was one of the first movies he ever worked on. He actually works on the actual animatronic spider that is in the movie. And I'll share some of the spider facts about the movie when we're going through the plot. And Dan, of course, is going to share his thoughts on the spiders that show up in this movie. So the movie takes place in a town called Canaima, which is actually named after the national park in Venezuela that they actually got where they filmed the Venezuelan parts of the movie.
Okay.
So that was
I like
cool.
that.
Yeah.
That's a nice through line. I like that.
This was the first movie that was released by Hollywood Pictures, which was Disney's like adult studio.
I thought that was Buena Vista.
This was like the first one. Well, it was like Buena Vista and Hollywood Studios. They were both owned by Disney.
Okay, that's fair.
Are you looking for a movie podcast with deep dives, interviews, and thoughtful film analysis?
We ain't got none of that. What do we got?
You want to hold the bucket?
Right, I'll hold the bucket, sit in the
I'll
cup
just
chair.
there with I will never blink. I'll just be there holding the bucket.
I will never blink on her drapes, most likely. You look like a drape jizzer. R.I.P. that sweet, sweet pussy. It is known that Jessica Tandy had the sweetest pussy in Hollywood.
If you don't know, Google it. Don't Google Jessica Tandy's pussy, you guys. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Doom Generation. Available anywhere you find podcasts.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of facts about the movie, and we'll share some as we go through the plot, as we always do. But now it is time to hop into the plot of Arachnophobia. Are you guys ready? Angela,
Yes.
Are you all primed up? Do you remember how to do this? It's been a while.
Yep.
All right, let's go. It's time to dissect that. Oh. The movie starts exactly like Anaconda, except for that movie came out 6 years later. Where we're taking a tracking shot across a river. I don't know if the Amazon's in Venezuela, so yell at me for my geography skills, but it's a river.
Danny Trejo's there.
You imagine they're panning past, and she's just on the mast of that boat, like
5 years before it happened.
You see the Anaconda slow, like it's just in the distance. You just had to be like, "Oh shit, was that
Danny?
Is that fucking Danny? What's he doing?" You hear the
Little
gunshot
H
after
man.
they pan past.
Well done.
No.
Well done.
We are on a spider expedition. We meet our first character, Manly, and
He's very manly.
he's a fish out of water. He is a photographer. He is there to meet Julian Sand's character, Dr. Atherton, who is very serious about his spiders. Very,
Very
serious. And of course, Manly is that guy who is just like, why is he here? Like, he's a professional photographer, but it's like, it's funny because he's a professional photographer who just doesn't know what to expect in the middle of the jungle. And it's like, what were you taking pictures of before? Like, have you never been on an excursion? Was this day one for you? You seem like you're a pretty experienced guy.
And I figured before you take a job, the job is explained to you.
Yeah.
Like, why are you not like, and like nobody tells this dude anything. It's like,
Where do we have?
going?
Where are we going? Yeah, exactly. What are we doing? What are we going? Like, there was no debriefing. Like, your job didn't explain to you. It was like, you're just going to Venezuela. Sorry, I have nothing else. Okay. But he explains how he has like the flu. He's sick. He's been sick. And I just love that Atherton's just like, be sick on your own time, Manly. All right.
No sympathy.
No. Listen, what is he going to do? Like, you're here. You got to do your job. Like, sorry, you got the sniffles, but we got to go. So
If they hired somebody, you wouldn't just have somebody in your lab that takes pictures.
yeah.
Well,
that's the thing. Wouldn't they want somebody who knows what the hell they're supposed to be taking pictures? Like, hey, take a picture of that. Take a picture of that.
Exactly. Which is what, like, you know, when I did quote unquote spider expeditions, we had, if somebody was going to do pictures, we just had somebody in the lab that knew what they were doing. Like, you just take pictures, or you know what like you said, they would know what to look for.
Wait, you weren't hiring Vogue photographers to do it?
Clearly not.
Like,
Let's go to Mississippi. Come on, in the fucking middle of the night, bumfuck Egypt, Mississippi, in the woods, and we get lost together.
It's like, yeah, I just did a photo shoot with Kate Moss, but now I'm here. If I can take pictures of spiders, this all makes sense.
Take a picture of that. What, the leaf? No, the spider's on the fucking leaf. Get the fucking picture. It's cryptic coloration. Step this shit up.
After you shave the spider's leg.
I did shave spider legs, yes.
All I could imagine is Dan doing that, and you just hear like that soft, sensual music just waft throughout the lab, just
Like those. Those late 90s, early 2000s, late night music compilation commercials.
Yes.
Oh,
Kenny G and shit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what's playing. What the fuck
you
is
wake
this?
up. You wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. You're like, and it's just blasting you. You're like, my God, I don't remember it being this loud. So they got to fly to the location to find whatever they're finding. He doesn't explain that it's about spiders yet.
Exactly. Nobody tells him shit. Thus, we don't know.
Also, this guy's like afraid of everything, but he's halfway out of this helicopter. He's not buckled in. He's literally just like, I'm like, nope, no. Buckle my ass in. You can leave the door open as long as you buckle me in.
We're like 4 across in this helicopter. I'm like,
He's just
dude's
hanging there
gonna
like
get
this.
pushed out.
What are we doing
he's gonna
again?
get pushed out.
What's that, spiders? I don't like spiders, but I will
no.
hang like Tarzan off this helicopter.
Maybe he explained it to him on the flight over, but he couldn't hear him because he was hanging out of the helicopter.
What? I do love there's like an ant crawling across him, and like the guide flicks it off, and he's like, says the 24-hour ant in the language. He's like, what is it? It's a 24-hour ant. What is it? What is it? Does it hurt? And he's like, oh no, it can kill you. Like, oh great, cool.
Cool. You're going to Australia.
Hey.
Then they go on like this mountainside walk. I'm like, this doesn't sound fun. Like, I don't feel like this is going to be a good time. Like, they're literally like inches away from this cliffside.
Mm-mm.
Well,
nope.
At least not that high up. There's a few trails around here that are like that. I think when we went to Hinwallow, there's like that one edge that's right along a cliff, I think, isn't there?
But it's more than 6 inches wide, and you don't
That's
look
true.
down and
It's like instant
it's like
death
you're
if I
gonna die.
slip. Yeah.
It's like cliffhanger.
Yeah. Or it's when nature calls.
That too.
So they have to go down to like the sinkhole, which is where the insects or the spiders, everything that they're looking for, that's where they're located. There's the moment where they're like tossing all the equipment down. He's like, oh no, that's for the equipment. We have to go this way to scarier places. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
I'd rather just jump.
Yeah.
Let's just jump.
Yeah.
I mean, they can repel.
Our legs will break our fall. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, I like the repelling better than jumping.
We could talk about the hole here. Should we talk about the hole here?
the hole here?
Yeah. So I talked about this when we covered Descent. The Descent.
We didn't cover The Descent.
Did we not? Did we talk
We
about
watched it.
We watched The Descent.
I was going to say, you
Fuck,
did talk about a place near where you live.
Yeah. So this is a similar situation. This is a proverbial sinkhole, if you will, but it's more like an actual cave. And it's, 135 feet straight down
No,
to get
I
in?
just know it's that way, and I don't want to go that
It's
way.
apparently one of the largest undiscovered, allegedly unmapped cave systems. And the only way in is technically, if you go in, there's a huge rock about 75 feet down that'll break your fall. Then you got about another 75
But then you'd be
feet to
broken,
go,
you know.
plus. But yeah, a couple of my buddies repelled into it, my boss and stuff like that. But
Nope.
it's like nobody's been in, like really been in it except for the people that died.
Mm-mm.
But nobody's really been in it. So kind of that situation. It's supposed to be like that whole like an environment that's untainted. Like it's completely cut off, so organisms evolved or adapted differently kind of situation.
But there's probably still people in there.
Well, there are remains of people,
Yeah.
probably.
And they
I know
exit
for
that
sure
way.
at least one or two people fell in and died.
I ain't going in it.
Good times.
Nope.
Good
Carry on.
times. So yeah, they get into their sinkhole and they find this massive web. And they're like, and Manley's like, oh, like how he doesn't notice it though at first because he's like taking a picture of a leaf on the ground. Then he's like, he aims up. He's like, oh, it's like literally it's like 20 feet wide.
Yeah,
This guy's like, oh my God.
And he just is this where he walks into it?
Yes, and he freaks
He's just
out.
like,
Yeah,
it's like acidic, burns his skin.
Screams so much in the short period of time he's in this movie.
He does. Holy fuck.
So they set these traps around this giant tree. It's a fucking tree of life. And they
Burned Ollie.
yeah. They set up these traps like around it, and Manley, of course, like, what's going on? What are you doing? And I'm like, nothing. You know nothing.
He's like, now prepare the gas. Like, what?
I just love it. It's like, that's literally
fires
what he
up a diesel.
That's literally what he does.
He's like, wait a minute. Depending on the chemical, isn't this just going to sink?
No, it rises.
Like, if it's heavy, it just goes right down to the pit with them and they die.
Dan, science. Stop it.
I mean, if it's lighter,
that's not how fake science works, Dan.
This is real fake science, but done by real fake scientists.
Everything rises. I aimed it at the lowest part of the trunk of the tree, and it's
what is going on?
No one's affected but the insects and spiders in this tree.
What if it's not poison?
God.
What if it's just weed?
Everybody's high as fuck because they're like looking at these things.
Like, it doesn't kill the specimens. They just kind of like, Cheech and Chong into the nets.
I think that's a spider. The funniest thing is when the insects and the spiders start falling from this tree, like the spiders, they look fine. The butterflies just look like pieces of paper.
I thought they were potato chips.
I guarantee they're probably like painted like potato chips. I was like, okay. Like, do butterflies, when they're stunned or anything, do they always just like are perfectly straight and just look like those helicopter things that fall out of trees?
Yes, lock them up.
That's what it was doing though when they would fall. That's what it looks like.
I'm going in a spiral. I can't pull out. Wait, hold on. If the butterflies are potato chips, hypothetically, if you ate one, it would taste like Skittles in the corresponding color. It's like a blue butterfly would taste like whatever a blue Skittle would taste like.
Interesting.
What did we get from?
But it would have the
chips to
texture of a
Skittles,
potato
though?
chip. That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't know where to go with that, but
okay,
sure.
Just random thought.
Yeah,
it would have to be freeze dried though to get that.
Like it would puff.
Oh, but it would have to be like freeze dried to get that chip.
No,
I'm thinking too hard.
No, I'm just saying like the bugs taste like them. Like so.
But
it's like the texture of a potato chip, but it tastes like, I don't know, strawberry. A red one tastes like strawberry fucking Skittles.
I don't know. We're getting too far into this because now my brain is.
They're in a hole, and I figure we'll dig me a hole here too. Carry on. So they're collecting this. You're like running around with nets trying to catch them. Shit.
Oh no.
It's like those old cartoons, the fire escape dudes, where they're jumping out of buildings and they're trying to catch them, and they always miss.
Well, we tried.
Sorry.
We tried, Jim. Move on. But they find a butterfly that is undiscovered, so they name it after Manly, and seems thrilled about it.
That's accurate. If you discover a specimen, you can't name it after yourself. That is true. You cannot do that anymore. So apparently, I think you used to be able to, because what's his name? Linnaeus. He was like the father of modern taxonomy, like how we do the whole trees and shit. There was a bunch of stuff named after him. Like he was a priest. And he was big into biology, so he is our modern taxonomy structure, but he was also big into beekeeping. So, like, a lot of stuff was named after him. There were a lot of species. And, like, okay, fuck, you can't name. I'm not saying this is the only reason, but you can't just name shit after yourself. So they do not allow it anymore.
Hey, I found it. It's mine.
You got to pick somebody else. So you say somebody else found it, and they name it after you.
There you go. That works.
Yep.
But a bunch of big spiders start falling out of this tree, but they're not dead because they think everything that gas is hitting is killing them. But the spiders they're falling out of the tree, but then like one like jumps at Manly, one jumps at another guy, and then they're able to capture one and kind of see like that it's still alive. And like, oh, we don't know what this is. This is a newly discovered spider. But then in the shadows, we get this fucking massive one that's just like, hey, what you doing? I'm gonna fucking bite your ass
together. Yeah.
And this big boy hitches a ride when they go back to camp. You're like, oh no, something's gonna happen.
And in Manly's bag too. He's like,
yeah.
He knew exactly what he was doing too.
This guy went from having a bad day to a worse day. They get back to the camp, and Atherton is kind of examining all the insects, but he's looking at the spiders and realizing the ones that they have found don't have reproductive organs. So they're like drones. So they're like ants. Like spiders don't do this. So this is this is something new for the scientific world, like spiders, acting in ways that they're not used to seeing. So Manley's like, I'm sick. I don't feel good, so I'm going to go lay down. So he goes and lays down. But unfortunately, he has an unwanted guest. And this guest is like, yummy, yummy. Let me bite you in the leg real quick.
It's herpes.
Yes, that's how it started.
No, he gets fucked like quick, like
dude.
Oh yeah, that was fast.
I love the close-up shot of the fangs going into the prosthetic, limb that they built, which is awesome. And then it's like immediate. Like he gets bit, and then he's like, and it just goes like stiff, and he's like, yeah. I just love how he just like lays back down so it looks like he's sleeping, but it's like immediate that the guys show up. Like I think it was like Atherton's assistant on the expedition. He's the first one who goes in there, and he's like, "Hey, I think this guy's dead."
It's like his AJ.
Yeah, but I think this guy was actual.
Oh yeah, I meant yes, but I meant in his role.
Okay. Oh yeah, I get what you're
saying. He doesn't run into long grass. I'm assuming if you did here, you just get mauled by like spiders. It's like a tidal wave of spiders.
Can we just recreate that Lost World scene, but just take the raptors out of it and just put giant spiders? So it's just that one guy who's like, the spider just sleeps out of the grass.
If I ever made a giant, hypothetically, somebody steal this idea. You remember? God, what the fuck? I just lost it. The damn zombie movie with Brad Pitt.
World War Z.
World War Z. But they're like, I want the zombies to move like a blah blah blah, like a schooling swarm or a flu. Like, just do that with spiders. Like, I just want like this like liquid-esque mass of spiders pulls people in. I don't know. I just think it'd be funny.
There was a spider movie that came out last year called Infested, and very much had that feel to it, where like this spider, like this guy buys it's like a spider from the Middle East, and it's like highly dangerous, but he buys it from an underground animal, dealer, and then it gets loose in his apartment complex, and it causes chaos, mates with other spiders and like gives birth, and there's just like swarms of spiders that infest. Dude, it's actually really good. I really enjoyed. My description is terrible. You should check it out. It's a French film, so it's.
Oh
yeah,
I was literally about to shit on the movie really hard.
Yeah,
because like
it's actually.
It came from the Middle East.
Really, yeah.
Like people like Middle East, nothing good comes from there. I'm not saying that, but you know how some people are.
Yeah.
Like, no, don't pick on the Middle East.
No.
Anyway,
it doesn't. Like that, the movie doesn't do
that's
that.
It was just
where
like
the spider came from, right? Yeah.
Somebody's like, "Where's the thing where exotic animals come from?" Boom, Middle East.
Yep. But yeah. So
I was practicing my wrist movements. That's fine. I was not jacking off. For those of you watching the video, I did a movement that's very similar to that. Don't worry, I'm right-handed, not left-handed, so that's not what I was doing, and I'm not doing the whole stranger thing. Those are my spiders.
Yeah. Right.
She pointed it out. I wasn't going to say anything, and she just looked at me. I was like, well, dinner's on the table. Better go.
I can't help it. That's what I can see out of my peripheral what you're doing.
Stop it. We're recording.
I'm just happy you have pants on.
Do I? So anyway, he gets killed by a wave of a spider sneaks into his bunk and kills him.
Yes. And Atherton's first thought after he finds Manley dead is, do we have all his photos?
Yeah. True professional.
This guy is like, I don't care. I mean, he cares, but he got to make sure he's got all the pictures. So, worse things become even worse because the big boy spider decides, I'm going to hitch a ride in this dude's coffin on the way home.
Spiders don't have thumbs, so they just got to get clever.
So, yeah, we are now in Canaima, California, and we see the journey of Manley's body being brought to the funeral home. And what's the guy doing at the funeral home that they always do?
Always, but a fucking sandwich.
Always eating. They're always eating. This is a trope that just will never end. Morticians and funeral home directors, they're always eating, like Dan is right now.
Yep.
And I love they bring his body in, and of course it's like this it's like a custom coffin because they literally built it in the freaking forests of Venezuela, and they open up the top and they're both like, yeah, this is bad. Like, you don't actually see the body, but I love how he goes over and he calls the guy, Manley's parents. He's like, yeah, I know you wanted an open coffin, but could I really interest you in doing a closed casket?
Well, the way the casket's set up is like, did they just hang air fresheners when they sent that thing back? Because it's not.
He's not wrapped.
Sealed.
Yeah, he's not sealed. He's not wrapped. Like, he came all the way from Venezuela. Like, how long was this journey? This is not like a next day delivery.
No.
Overnight.
You have an overnight fee on that? Not to be like rude or disrespectful to people dying.
Cost an extra
overnight
$50.
a corpse. Listen, I'll give you a bag of cocaine that I found in the jungle. If you did not make it, I found it.
It's not even in a plastic bag. It's wrapped in a leaf.
Yes. Stick this in your lip. Like that shoe you like so much. Not that pussy ass skull shit. But stick.
But then we get a shot of Manley's body, and he looks like Imhotep before he wakes up.
He does. Or one of the dudes.
I love it.
One of the dead dudes on the boat at the beginning of Godzilla, The Return of Godzilla, 1984 or 1985.
Oh yeah.
They're all mummified by the sea louse.
He looks like the guy. Did you ever see the Clash of the Titans remake with Sam Worthington?
Yes, it's been a while.
There was like this race of people that looked like shriveled up raisins, and then there was one who's dying. He's like, it's a fucking meme. If you you can literally get the gif. It's like him dying on the ground. He's like,
Yes, yeah. You said that. I just thought of California raisins, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I mean, it kind of looks like that. Oh my god. So
Son of a bitch.
We then see the spider leave the coffin. It goes outside, gets picked up by a crow, and this bitch murks this crow mid-flight.
Yes.
So awesome.
There was smoke coming out of it too.
It's so just dive bombs at this guy's yard.
This spider's really bad at tipping for rides, dude. Like really bad.
The fact though, this spider is just like indestructible because I'm sorry, the spider fucking bites this crow midair. The crow falls with the spider in its mouth still, and the spider's just like, that's fine. I'm gonna go crawl away.
Yeah.
See you later.
Like, oh, okay. And this is when we meet Dr. Ross and his family. Dr. Ross Jennings, played by Jeff Daniels, and his wife Molly, played by Harley Jane Kosak.
Why's he got two last names?
What?
Like just his names, like Ross Jennings, just sounds like two last names. I know there's Ross from Friends, but like that sounds like both of those are last names.
I guess
to me.
You could say that. I guess you could say that. But they moved in from the city. They're from San Francisco. They come here because he got a job as the town doctor because the town doctor is retiring. So they bought this really cool fucking house. I love these farmhouses. They're so cool. And you find out that he's not a fan of spiders because one of the kids finds a spider in a box, and the wife's very understanding. She finds it. She's going to collect it, bring it back outside. And he's just like, I'm not cool with this. Hence why this movie is called Arachnophobia.
Yep.
So then we get possibly one of the funniest scenes in the movie, which is where you meet the Dr. Ross and his wife are going to break in the new house, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. But then we get the shot of this big spider and the other spider like
They were having first night fun as well.
Secondary sexual organs.
I'm like, okay, things are getting hot and heavy for both.
Hey, so
they were even playing the romance music.
They sure were.
So I know the big spider is often represented when it's not a animatronic. Is often represented by tarantulas.
Mm-hmm.
And when a tarantula mates with a lady or coerces her to bed, they drum with their pedipalp. Their first two, they drum, and they'll drum on the bottom back. If when they figure the deal out, they'll drum underneath them. They lift them up and do the whole thing. But yeah, that was actually technically part of it. Huh?
The lady's bigger than the male.
Yeah, and actual spiders, the females.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is supposed to be a male spider, the big one.
Yeah.
And then like the female is like every time you read something about it, it's a common house spider. I'm like, that's a big ass common house spider. Jesus Christ.
I want somebody, hold on, because the female's smaller here. Please, somebody in our listeners do this. Take that little spider, take a picture of that little spot, put it on a couch, and put like 4 or 5 of the big spiders behind it. People will understand.
We did this with Alien Romulus in the face.
We'll do it again. So, but yeah, typically it's the other way around, and this would not work. This would not work at all.
Also,
saying.
Also, do tarantulas make web?
They do, but not like they
They
place web on the ground and stuff. Yeah, they usually use it for sometimes they use it for tripwires and stuff, like kind of like sensor or movement detectors.
Because aren't they
not? Go ahead.
So I take it they're too heavy, right, to like crawl on web. Like that's why they're not able to do it, or they don't do it.
For those of you that of course, but watched the last episode, I had my pink toe, which is an arboreal tarantula. Arboreal tarantulas are built lighter, so they will actually make like web tubes and such to live inside of, but not like a traditional catch flying insects web.
Looks like they've taken like cheesecloth and stretched it out.
Yeah, or some tarantulas that are terrestrial will use web tubes underground, but not like trapdoor spiders. Okay. But they'll do like the trip lines similarly, and they do it to build sperm webs sometimes, because male tarantulas' sexual organs are on the underside, around the middle of the body, and they inseminate a female with their pedipalps, which is a secondary sexual organ. So they have to apply it to the web and then load it separately, so it doesn't go all the way through. So you essentially jizz on the sheets and then you load it into your hands.
I was gonna say, do you just jerk off onto something and then just dip your hands in it like this, and it's like time to go?
Yep, let's time to just.
All right,
just. Bloop. It's like when they do the color dip,
the wax.
Like, yeah, on your hands. Yes, excuse me. But but they use it for a lot of different stuff. They dance. So most tarantulas dance when they eat, and they do a circular web on the ground after they eat.
They do the whole...
Last I checked, we still don't know why. We think it's like a territorial marking thing. Be like, I ate, I hunted here. I don't know if it's for them, it's for other spiders. If it's
just say they are singing to themselves and they're dancing.
Yeah, but they do in fact dance. So if you can look it up, look up a tarantula eating or tarantula dancing, and fucking sweet.
Very cool.
But yes, they do use it a little bit.
So Dr. Ross, he goes to visit Dr. Metcalf to kind of get the lowdown on what he's got to do since he is taking over his job. But guess what? Metcalf ain't retiring, which kind of throws a whole monkey wrench into Ross's plan, since he literally just left his home in San Francisco and probably a pretty decent job to become the town doctor, which he is not anymore, which is like one of those like, God, fucked, dude. Dude, Ross is way nicer than I would have been if I was put in this situation. Like,
oh, yeah.
No, you are retiring. This is bullshit. Like, it's not like I just was like, oh, yeah, sure. I just got a new job. And it's like, I didn't have to move my family. I moved my family. I bought a new house. How am I supposed to pay for this? Fuck you, old man.
Yep.
And this guy and Metcalf turns into a piece of shit like the rest of the movie until what happens to him.
He's our town mayor.
Oh, 100% he is. Like, if he's the unofficial mayor. Because everyone in this town, other than Margaret, who we'll meet in a second, they kind of suck. Like, all the townspeople kind of suck. So we meet Margaret Hollins, who is kind of like, she's just one of like the, prominent citizens of the town. We meet the sheriff. It was a Sheriff Lloyd, who's a piece of shit. Because he's he's like outsider city guy. One of the things that drove me nuts, and it happens a little bit later, but I'm going to talk about it now, is the whole, you come in here with your city methods in a small town. Like, what is the fucking difference?
Yeah.
In the medical field? What are you talking about? What is the difference between being in a city and to be honest, I feel like we're like the city people deal with more shit.
Yeah.
What are we
you
talking
can still be
about?
a good doctor and compassionate, even if you're from the city. You don't have to be a small town doctor to be that.
It's crazy.
I hate that shit.
It's when he said that, I was like, fuck you, you stupid douche. Oh my God. But I just love Margaret. She's great. She gives shit to the sheriff. I literally love she like rips up the ticket in front of him because he gets a ticket for parking illegally or whatever.
The meter.
Oh yeah, the meter went.
Oh yeah. He's like, oh, you got to remember to feed the meter. He's like, I have medical plates. And he's like, oh, big city doctor man, let me write you your ticket. Like, oh my God,
such an asshole, dude. I've seen this actor in other movies. It's a fucking dick.
Yeah. He plays a good one. So I just love that when she meets Ross for the first time and is literally walking down the street just talking mad shit about the majority of the people in this town.
Yep.
So good. And she's like, you know what? You're going to be my doctor now. Because he's like, I don't have any patients. She's like, you do. You got one. And then she also talks about, I think that, oh no, maybe that happens a little bit later. But oh no, she does talk about the fact that she wants to throw him a party, like a welcome to Canaima party.
Because that worked for the last doctor. That's been here forever.
Yes. So we then go to the barn where the spiders are living, and we see all the beautiful webs that are built throughout the barn. And I'm just like, I don't ever need to go in there.
Like, I know these people from the city, but like, you've seen some spider webs, right?
Yeah.
They don't look like this shit. Right.
Yeah, this is crazy. But like the wife goes in there and takes a bunch of pictures of them. It's like, yeah, it's cool. Like I probably would have taken, like if I walked into a building and I saw something like this, I would take a bunch of pictures too, because it's really cool. But yeah, I would also be like, maybe I should have somebody check this out, because this seems concerning. Like I got it's not a spider, fucking xenomorphs in there.
Yeah, no shit. Especially later, it looks like it. Fuck.
So we're back at the house, and Ross is trying to, he's explaining to his wife kind of the situation that he's in. And we meet the neighbors. I can't remember what the girl's name is, the little girl
Oh, fuck.
I can't remember what
it was
name
there.
Is. Yeah. But I love that they're like, hey, can we go play with what's her name? The neighbor. And they're like, oh yeah, you just be home by 7 or whatever. And then the first thing that comes out of this neighbor's mouth is, hey, you want to go blow up a bullfrog?
Dude, it's so fucking sweet. Like, I would advise doing that because that's not fair to the bullfrog.
Oh my God.
But like, dude, there's some pretty good little bits of comedy that are just like we talked about earlier, kind of just tossed in here.
Yeah,
they're great.
It's great. But then we get the explanation to why Ross is afraid of spiders, and it was from when he was 2. And I went, nope, nah.
You ain't gonna remember that shit.
But also, she says that the wife says that. Like, how do like 2? Like, really? Like, that seems. He's like, I remember it crawling up my naked bare leg, and I was afraid it was gonna bite me, and this and that and the other. I was like, you were 2. Like, you're like what, 30? How was Jeff Daniels in this movie? Let's take a look.
No, I mean, dude, like, he's getting oddly intimate about this too. Like, guys,
he was like, yeah.
Where on the doll did the spider touch you?
He was 35 when this movie came out, which is crazy to think he's only a year older than me. So she's like, okay, hey, we're going to go into the barn. You're going to face your fears. You're going to get over this. And he goes in there and he sees the web and he's like, oh, that's really cool. But then she makes him climb up the ladder. And I was like, why? Like,
absolutely.
I think he was, man, I wouldn't even have done that. I'm not like, I'm not I don't have arachnophobia. Like, I just don't fuck with spiders. Like, if a spider's in my house and I can actually catch it and release it outside, I'll do it. But there's some spiders I don't fuck with because I don't want to, like brown recluse and widows, and just no thanks. No.
Yeah, if you don't know, just like, fuck him.
Yeah.
Just don't worry about it.
I have a rule. Spiders are in my house. Depending on where it is, most likely going to die. If it's outside, I always tell my kids, you leave them alone.
That's fair. That's reasonable.
Yeah. I've literally recorded an episode once, and I literally saw a spider literally like on a web, like just dropped in, just like, hey. And then it was like,
what are you doing?
See you later.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
We had one do that at work the other day. We have really tall ceilings, and he just comes down. touches the floor, and he's like, goodbye. Goes back up.
This is too far.
Like, like he touched the floor.
Where I work, the buildings are very old, so there are spiders everywhere.
Oh yeah,
everywhere, and most of them are like daddy long legs. But daddy long legs make webs like crazy. Like they make a web in like 30 seconds. You'll see one like crawl somewhere, and then you'll come back like 2 minutes later, and they have a whole fucking system of webs just in this one area. I'm like, God damn.
So depending on what part of the country you're from, he's talking about daddy long leg actual spiders, not like the other thing that people call daddy long legs that aren't spiders. So there's two of those.
Oh, really? I didn't know there was a not spider daddy long leg.
So, okay. So the ones that I think of when I think of daddy long legs are the ones you usually see them on the ground, and their body is literally like a fucking ball, and they've got like the 8 black legs that come off, and you just see them crawling around the ground. They don't make webs.
Oh.
They're not spiders. Those ones are not, but there are long-bodied, very long-legged spiders that people call daddy long legs as well, that they make intricate webs. You see them sometimes in like crawl
what
spaces.
Technically are those spiders called?
So the ones that aren't spiders are apilionids.
What are the ones that are actually? So are the other ones?
I don't know what they're called. You see them a lot in basements and
so those are the ones that are where I work. Are the the ones that actually make web?
And they're like really small bodies, but they got like really long legs. Yes. I've heard people call both of those daddy long legs. So
I think that's just a common thing for people to say, especially because they're so common.
Yep.
And they're usually the ones, and they're usually the ones you never have to worry about because they don't do anything. Like I've seen them crawling in places. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna see you later, buddy.
Yeah. Most of them don't. Like it's a bad stigma on them. But like again, if you don't like them, you don't like them. I don't judge people, whatever. But like they keep out the annoying shit.
Yeah.
I know people don't want spiders in your house, but it's like, would you rather have a spider that doesn't do anything to you, or would you rather have mosquitoes and flies and shit like that actually are invasive or annoying? Anyway, carry on.
And brown recluse, that's the one I don't fuck with, especially where I live, because I have people. There's somebody I know that actually got bit by one, and it fucked him up real bad, like to the point where it actually fucked up their hearing, like permanently.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did they get bit?
I don't remember. I'll have to ask her, but yeah,
it had to be.
What I was told is they were bitten by a brown recluse, and then over time they started having hearing issues, and they traced it back to possibly being the recluse bite that was the effect.
Unless they had some, and it's entirely possible there was some weird systemic reaction.
Oh, absolutely,
genetics. Because generally, brown recluses, when they bite you, it's all necrotic. So they bite you, and then the wound site rots, and it's just necrosis.
Yeah.
And some people can have really bad like most people. Actually, a certain percentage of the population will get bit, and you probably go to a doctor and they give you something, you're all right. But some people, it will just dissolve their muscle and skin and stuff, and it's over a long period of time. But people have weird reactions to shit. It just depends on your genetics.
I have a spider outside my house actually right now. He may not be there anymore. I took a picture of him. I can't remember. I looked it up because the cool thing about Google is you can literally take a picture, and then when you go into Google, you can click on the picture and it'll actually pull up. It does like its AI thing where it'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see that.
Oh yeah, we get those guys all the time.
And for people watching the video, I can't
those
remember
are just like
exactly what it was called, but yeah, it's a big boy.
I always call them like grass spiders and stuff. You see them in bushes or in corners of your house and stuff. They'll make that. They're always. We have one in our window upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I just leave them. Sits there
because I tell my kids that's like the rule. It's like if we see a spider outside, that they're outside, so that's why they belong.
That's fair. Yeah, exactly. That's where they live. That's where they belong. Just leave them the fuck alone.
That
so
orb weaver we have.
What?
We have an orb weaver that comes back every year. They make awesome webs.
Yeah, I like looking at them. They're cool. Yeah, you don't want them all over your house. I get it.
No, the house is a little bit different.
House is our place. It's my place to piss, not yours.
I don't need to be taking a shit and then see that little fucker just crawling up. Like, get out of here. This is a private matter.
Yeah, that's right. Get the fuck out of here. Don't be looking at me.
Oh my God. But he climbs this ladder, and a fucking dead rat that's caught in this web like swings and hits him. knocks him off the ladder, and he's like covered in
the
web.
top rung breaks.
Yep.
Yep.
He gets covered in web and he's freaking out. But then they laugh about it when they're walking out.
They do.
Which is like, I feel like his phobia would have gotten the better of him in that moment, but it kind of didn't. But whatever. Also, we're supposed to. This is when you see that there's like a pulsating spider sac. Do spider sacs pulsate like that, Dan?
No, not normally. No. I mean, you when the babies are about to hatch.
Oh yeah.
When a eclosion is happening, there'll be movement underneath before they get out of the actual, because it's all it is a silk web ball,
and they also
filled with
like
tiny
grape.
legs. And look up tarantula babies, eggs with legs. They're fucking adorable.
No, the sack itself does not look like grapes.
No, it doesn't look like grapes. It's
exactly
just
what that
a
looks like.
sack of a circular
ball
shape. One time we opened one that looked like a potato, and it had 2,000 babies in it. Remember that one?
2,000.
And these are 2,000 tarantulas that can get like 10 inches across.
That's crazy.
But it's good size. No, they're pretty though. But anyway, but no, exactly. But they don't do that. And I know why they did it in the movie. It looks scary.
Oh yeah, because it's scary. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
So
radioactive at that point.
It's radioactive.
Radioactive Spider-Man.
That barrel of chemicals were made like it freaks. This is where it originated from. So it's party time. This is where we meet Metcalf's wife, Evelyn, played by Frances Bay, who a lot of people would know as Grandma from Happy Gilmore. She's been in a lot of stuff too. She's actually an old lady who Jerry steals a loaf of rye bread from in an episode of Seinfeld.
What a dick.
Mm-hmm. So the mutant spiders, because they are kind of mutant spiders, because they are crossbreed between the spider that we meet in the beginning and the common house spider. They hatch during this party, and then they just start spreading out, and they start going to different places. The spiders that were used for these spiders were, what are they called? The Avondale spiders from New Zealand, which I guess were chosen just for their looks, but they're actually harmless to humans.
Most are, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
so they're fucking huntsmen, dude. They're related to huntsmen. They have like when they sit still, they kind of got that crabby pose. These are the ones that cause car accidents in Australia, because you like flip down your visor. It's like, spider attack, but they're not really like, oh shit, you woke me up. And you're like, you drive into a pole.
But I also like their little like black tipped feet. Like they're So I actually like the look of these spiders.
I love how when they do some of their like posing and then like get down.
They get down. Like there's a scene later where he's like, hey, move, and he's like. The spider like moves at him. What the fuck you doing, bud?
So they were able to control the spiders using like heat and using like colds and like to be able to control their movements. They also had to be very careful. Like they protected these spiders. At least they tried to. This is 1990. They said that they did a lot of things to prevent the spiders from dying. They had like when things would fall on the spiders, they used like foam that would, not crush the spiders if they fell on them. I know like there's a scene later we'll talk about a little bit in depth where they actually used like hollowed shoes, like hollowed soled shoes. So like when they would go to step on it, it would actually like go into that. So I'm like, you can't tell me that there wasn't accidents. Like they didn't accidentally step on the spider. Because like, you train the spider like, all right, play dead. Like, get in that hole.
Well, plus, and like, they're on the set. They guarantee they didn't get all of them. There's probably ones that got stepped on and crushed. And like I said, at least they attempted. They did not do what Kingdom of the Spiders did. They at least tried to be respectful to these animals.
Yeah. So we see them spread out throughout the town, and we end up meeting a bunch of the citizens of the town, mostly the coach of the high school football team, his wife, and his two kids. One of them is like the star quarterback, and the other one is I can't remember what she says. Like, oh, what are you going to school for?
Gym.
And I just love the wife's like, okay. I love it when she's like, oh, so nepotism. No, we're Baptists.
And I was like, good Lord. Just headbutted the mic.
And then, of course, we meet Manley's parents, who are, and his mother is very distraught, causing a scene at the party. And I was like, why did you even come? I don't understand why you came. But
if you're gonna get blitzed, just do it at home.
Blitzed and start crying about your kid? Like maybe this party wasn't the best thing to do, but all right. And so, yeah, party success. We also, what's his name? Metcalf. He sucks. He just is fucking.
God, he fucking blows.
Yeah, because he's like undermining Jennings the whole time, like pretty much like short little jabs at him for like, oh, because he's a city doctor, blah blah blah. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean, dude? Stop talking.
Doesn't mean shit.
But then once the party's over, Margaret gets ready to go to bed. She gets the cat, who I guess lives outside at night. All right. Happy hunting. She throws the cat outside. All right.
Our cat does the same thing, to be honest.
But I love how it's not just like, oh, the cat got out, or, oh, we let the cat out and it'll come back. No, it's like at night when she goes to bed, it's like, you don't stay in the house. You go outside.
That's fair. Okay. Because sometimes we got our big tomcat, Mr. Cliff. And he's just like, he's at the door. He's like, all right. I was like, I mean, he doesn't know what I'm saying, but I talk to him anyway. I'm like, hey, if you go outside, we're not gonna be here to let you back in. He'll be fine. He'll be there first thing in the morning, ready to come in the house.
He pause at the doorknob to get outside.
Yeah, he'll reach up and hit the doorknob.
He sees me. I'm like, you want to go outside? And I'm tapping on it, and so he does it.
It's funny as fuck. But anyway, yes, I get it. Yes, bye, cat.
He loves it.
Out the window.
But unfortunately, Margaret gets bit by one of the spiders, and
I thought it was in the milk. The spider's in the milk, and it just teleports from. I said, "Oh, the spider teleported to the lampshade."
Spider's a hybrid and has teleportation powers.
It's like Nightcrawler from X-Men.
I have to see where I go.
Yep, short range. That'd be wild.
Oh my god! So the next morning, he's down. Ross is downstairs. He's going to be making a wine cellar because that's his thing. He's a wine connoisseur. So he's going to make a wine cellar, and he's going to build the shelving for the wine. But every time he goes to use the nail gun to do something, it just shoots through the floor. So the wood's bad. So they end up calling. They're going to call an exterminator because they got rotten wood. But then he gets a phone call that something's going on at Margaret's house because he hasn't heard from her. Because the wife's trying to call her to like thank her for the party. So he's like, oh, I'll go check on her. So he goes over there, finds out she dead. And guess who's there? Fucking Dr. Metcalf, who's like, oh, it must have been a heart attack. Oh, I mean, at least she was on those pills I gave her. And Ross is like, well, I took her off those pills. He's like, why would you do such a thing? You city doctors and your crazy, hippie methods, blah, blah, blah. And the sheriff is just like, they're like, you did it. It's all your fault. I'm like, oh my God. Trip down the stairs, please.
Ross is even like, dude, just stay current. Like, just read your fucking books, bro, and you'd know.
I was like,
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, because he's like, she had a full, like, perfect bill of health. Like, I just examined her. There was nothing wrong with her. Because there was literally a joke at dinner after he gives her an examination where he was like, I was hoping she had leprosy or something. Like, what am I supposed to do with a perfectly healthy patient? But yeah, he's like, oh, they should charge you with medical malpractice. I'm like, all right, fucking pump the brakes there, Phil. Jesus. But then at the funeral, the coach offers Ross some business because he feels a little bad for him. So the coach's not terrible. He's actually a pretty decent guy.
Yeah.
That's when we meet Delbert, the dumbest, smartest guy you'll meet, because he is the guy who walks around thinking he knows everything about spiders and insects, but doesn't at the same time. My favorite, though, is when he goes downstairs and he checks the wood. And he's like, bad wood. She's like, well, how do I get rid of bad wood? And he's like, replace it with good wood.
Yep. Well, I'm surprised when they bought the house. Like, I don't know what it was like then. I'm assuming it was the same. Like, get an inspection. Like, why was it inspected?
It's the 90s, it's the 80s, 90s. It's like,
I guess.
Sure. I do love what she's talking about the fact that Ross collects wine, has the wine cellar, and he collects wine. He's like, yeah, I kind of do something similar. I got a 1974 Miller Lite back at home.
He's got a misprinted label.
It's misprint.
He picks up the wine and he does like this. I'm like, whoa, you're going to end up, it's going to be everywhere now.
Oh, God. So there's this running thing throughout the movie where they talk about the fact that there's no crickets in the town.
Yes.
Like they used to hear crickets at night, and now they don't hear them at all. So that is kind of like an indication that there's something weird going on. But Ross gets a job giving physicals to the kids on the football team, which of course will set up another situation. Yeah. It's literally him walking down the line going, cough, cough.
Gets to the last guy and he doesn't cough very well.
Cough again.
No, he just gives him looks at him. They look at each other.
Does your balls like bounce when they cough? Is that why they would make you do that?
I don't know.
I don't think that's how male physicals are anymore, but I mean, I know they still check those, but it's not the cough thing.
I was alive when they did that.
Oh, so was I when I was a kid.
Yeah, I remember the
cough. Like, well, okay.
Why do you turn your head and cough? Why do boys?
The ladies look down and cough? Is it like a different direction?
Sir, there's a whole different line of defense there.
What?
All right, while you're looking that up, we'll continue. So there's a practice going on. I guess Ross has to be there for the practice, but I guess it's just so his character is there for the situation that's about to happen, which
I think so.
Is a kid gets hurt, he gets taken out, and another kid gets called into the game, but a spider crawls into his helmet. The kid puts the helmet on, and in mid-play, he gets hit and falls and doesn't get up because he gets bit mid-play. And they think it's because of the tackle that hurts the kid, but it ends up being the spider. The spider, of course, leaves the scene of the crime as they're checking on him, and they're like, how does this high school kid have a heart attack in the middle of practice? Like, it just seems weird. And of course, it's like, oh, guess who did the physicals on the football players earlier that morning? Dr. Jennings. Boom, boom. I'm like, oh my God.
That would have something to do with it.
Isn't there something for you to... Isn't there something for you to trip on to fall and break your hip there, Dr. Metcalf?
You know why the spider killed the football player?
It likes soccer.
He was the one that didn't cough.
Because they were from Venezuela.
Oh.
Yep. That's why.
Yeah.
And it's to check for hernias, by the way.
Oh, okay. That actually makes sense. So then Jennings gets labeled Dr. Death. Like, damn.
That's a sweet nickname.
It is a pretty sweet nickname. Not the best thing at the moment.
Did you mishear him too?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
What? What?
You said dick name.
It sounded like you said dick name for like a split second.
Sweet dick name.
And I was like, well, they were just cupping them. And I didn't say it. I was going to let it go.
Was kind of a dick of a name.
You name your dick Dr. Doom. Like, what does that mean?
Oh my goodness.
Like, if a woman's going to have a sex with a guy, he's like, I named my dick Dr. Doom. Like,
all right.
Like, what is that? Like, does he kill women? Is it got a disease? Is it like massively large?
Don't name yours?
Fuck no.
Oh.
Mine's name is Todd. But I love this next part because fucking Metcalf's sitting there, he's going around his treadmill, and his wife's calling him to bed, and he's like, yeah, that Jennings, that city boy, he's got his city methods. And she's like, oh, will you simmer down? He's just doing his job. And he's like, yeah, whatever. And she kills him. She kills her husband because he wasn't going to put on his slippers. But then she told him, put on your slippers. And what was in there? The spider. He gets bit by the spider, croaks.
She commands the spiders.
He deserved it.
Yeah. She's actually Willard, but with the spiders.
Okay, that's too. Yeah, I'm down with that.
She just uses mind control, and all the spiders just do her bidding. She never shows up again. So
no. The spiders, like with whatever, what's the big spider's name? King George or whatever?
Big Bob.
Big Bob. King George. Okay.
So they all come together to form the semblance of a woman. They mimic his wife. That's what it was.
Perfect. Oh God. So this is when we meet Milt, who is the coroner, who just randomly shows up. I love how he shows up at the third death. First two, we don't need you, Milt. But I love how
the first one.
He's there after the first death.
No, I'm sorry. I'm the mortician. I'm thinking the mortician, not the coroner.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Big Dick.
Yeah, we're talking about Milt, who's the guy who gives the sheriff shit. I'm like, I like this guy. This guy's good shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
Because the sheriff is trying to like, he's like, oh, it was just our day. There's nothing to do. We're not doing no autopsy. He's like, shut up, Parsons. I was like, yeah, fuck that guy. And so now that Metcalf is dead, Ross has his practice, meaning he has all his patients, and business is booming. But while he's got his new job and he's actually doing what he's supposed to be doing, he is trying to figure out what happened to all these people, because it's like you have Margaret, who is like perfectly healthy, you have a teenage boy, and then you had the town doctor, and all the similarities were they all had spider bites. But it's just like I don't know if that's really the case until they test the venom that they were able to extract from each body, and they were like, oh yeah, this shit is like is just something we've never seen before, like how toxic this stuff is.
Yeah.
So because they actually had to dig up the two other bodies in order to do all this. And again, what's the guy doing at the funeral home? Got a fucking sandwich in his hand.
Yep.
Always eating. And they call Atherton to kind of come down and take a look at the situation because they think there's a spider issue, which there is. But instead of Atherton going there, he sends his assistant Collins down to assist. And of course, Collins is kind of out of his league because he's like looking at dead bodies and doing things. He's just like, I just study spiders, man. Like, this is not my thing. And so Atherton, after they discover this, the spider bites and they do the toxicology reports and all that stuff, Atherton actually goes there, and they pretty much determine like this is maybe the deadliest spider ever recorded. So we need to get a specimen. It's like, easy enough, right? Then there's like this one scene where Jennings is in bed and he sees originally, like, it's definitely a fake spider on the wall at first to make it look like it's a spider. But then as he gets closer, it turns into like a coat rack that's like screwed into the wall.
It's really clever.
It is. I mean, originally 100% they put a fake tarantula on the wall, which I thought was pretty good.
That's a nice thing of like how your eyes play tricks on you at night, especially with what you're.
Oh, absolutely. It's like the one where you have like a chair in your room and you have a bunch of clothes thrown on there, and it always looks like somebody's standing in your room. Yep. You look in the corner of your room real quick and you're like, what the fuck is that shadow over there? I don't like it. Please don't move.
Yep.
So they go to, I can't remember whose house this was. If this was Margaret's house that they were.
Yeah, they go back to Margaret's. Yes.
Yeah, to go investigate, try to find a specimen. And I love that the sheriff has to be there. And it's just like, oh, if we find the spider, at least you can arrest him.
Yep. Fuck that dude.
And of course, what does he do? He's like looking through boxes, and then he freaking starts eating out of one of the cereal boxes. Like, Jesus Christ. And I just love that Jennings, because of his fear of spiders, he's like, yeah, you guys look over there and I'll coordinate everybody.
Yep. Good call.
So we then go to the coach's house, and the daughter is taking a shower, and we get like this really just intimate, intense scene. Why 2 spider movies in a row do we have this like teenage girl showering or just getting out of the shower, then getting attacked by spider type thing? Scarlett Johansson and 8-Legged Freaks, and now this girl. They literally had the shot of the spider going in between her cleavage. I was like, oh,
yep,
all right.
Spiders like movies too.
Who doesn't? So, and the thing that made me laugh the most was the fact is like she screams bloody murder. If you're in this situation, are you busting through that door to see what's going on? Are you, as parents?
I'm probably trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Like, I'm intruding. Cover thyself.
Put a towel on. Like, did you not expect this was going to happen?
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm just like, hey, I'm coming in. Like, put a fucking towel on. Wrap yourself in the shower curtain. Whatever the fuck you got to do.
She's like, Daddy, and like covers herself. Like, what the fuck? But they actually find one. They find a dead one at first because the sheriff's eating at that cereal, and then the dead one pops out. So they have that one. But then they find a live one, and this is the whole thing where like Ross is like pinned up against the wall because he's petrified, and the guy's like, all right, you got to move towards me. And he's like, I don't think I could do that. I can't move. And then he barely moves, and like you said earlier, the spider literally goes,
yep.
But then they capture it, puts a little glass over it, and Delbert gets called to go to the coach's house to see about the spider issue, finds nothing, finds no sign that there was spiders, which kind of shows that he's not very good at his job.
No.
But then you have the moment where he has the face off with the spider outside, and he sprays it with the chemicals, which they did a few different things with this, where the spider, it was a fake spider that he sprays, and then it turned into a real spider. And then when he goes to step on it, his boot is hollowed out at the heel. So his boot, like they had to place his foot in the right spot so that when it went over the spider, it didn't kill it.
Yep.
And then the effect of the crunching was a bag of potato chips.
I like it.
Love it.
Checks out, dude.
Yep. And then of course he does the whole thing where I love when he peels it off and he got that like goo that like comes off of the bottom of his shoe. And then he kind of like walks off. No one is watching him, but he walks off. He's like, yeah, that's right.
Well, yeah. God.
So Atherton gets there and he's told about Manley because he's kind of confused. He's like, yeah, so you kind of have a connection with this because you worked with a guy named Manley and this is his hometown. And we think that one of the spiders from your expedition is here now and has made some babies and things are going on. And then Atherton kind of goes into like a history of the spider that we're dealing with and how dangerous it is and what can it do? Like it literally talking about like, oh, it can affect your town and then it'll go to the next town and the next town. Like pretty much the spider's going to take over the goddamn world.
Yeah, it's weird. It's so weird.
It's a little extreme, but okay.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
So they're like, okay, well, we need to go to we need to talk to Irv, the funeral director, about like the situation. I was like, well, you ain't going to be able to call him because it's Wheel of Fortune night. And who is he with? Oh, we forgot to talk about it. His wife is played by the actress who plays Mimi in the Drew Carey show.
Yep.
Oh
yeah. Kathy Kinney.
I love her.
She's hilarious.
She's great. I do love. I forgot to mention earlier at the party because they're always eating.
Yep.
And they have a bunch of shit as they're walking out. And I love that Margaret's just like, do you guys want a goodie bag? It's like, no, we're fine.
Yep. We got half the food. We're good.
I do love they're like setting up for their night, which to be honest, I got to talk to my wife. I need a night like this. We need to have like a fucking, I used to do this. I like when I was a kid, we used to watch Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy every single night because it was on back to back. Every, like when I would visit growing up, I was with my grandma probably more than I was with my own mom. And this was, I think it was from 7 to 8, I think.
Yeah,
it
we
was
used to, I literally,
Fortune and then Jeopardy.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Angela. I was like, I used to do it when I was at my grandpa's. Like we'd hang out there.
Oh, yeah.
Night hit. It was always Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy.
So like I never could get any of the questions right in Jeopardy, but it was always fun to.
You try and see.
Yeah, it was always a good time. And then of course in the morning it was always Price is Right.
Yep.
And
now it's Let's Make a Deal.
I think Price is Right still on, right? Price is Right still on. Drew Carey's funny thing is Drew Carey's the host of Price is Right. And he's been actually technically, not to sidebar, but technically I think Drew Carey has been the host of, no, that can't be true because Bob Barker was the host for like 45 years.
Forever.
Yeah, he was for a long time.
But Drew Carey's been the host for like, gotta be pushing 20 now.
God, it's been that long.
I think so.
Yeah, because he took over when I was in high school.
It was like 2005, 2006. So it's gotta be close. Yeah. Now we gotta look it up, people. Sorry for the sidebar here, peeps.
What sidebar? Like we always do.
Or was it after I graduated?
Price is Right. It's been on since 1972. That's crazy. So Drew Carey.
Oh, okay. 2007.
Okay, that's crazy.
So it was
18
after
years.
I
That's
graduated.
wild. Adam Sandler has directed episodes of The Price is Right. which is hilarious.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. All right. Well, back to
Is that
this
why
movie.
Bob Barker was the Happy Gilmore?
Probably.
It was probably after, because he didn't start directing episodes till 2013.
Oh, all right, that makes sense.
And I'm not sure how long Barker's been gone for. I think it was recently, right? Because I think he hit 100. It was pretty close.
He died in 2023.
Oh, yeah. So was he 100?
No. His birthday was December 12th, 1923, and he died August 26, 2023.
Fucking Betty White.
Almost.
That's literally the Betty
Almost.
White effect. She was so close to 100.
Almost. Yep.
What a shame. What a shame. Imagine. That's got to be such a, like, if you feel like, imagine like whatever happens to you when you die and you just get to where you go and you're just like, I was so fucking close. It's like that last trophy you need or that last achievement in a game and you just, you can't, you'll never get it. You'll never get it. So I do love the whole thing where they're setting up for the, you know, the Wheel of Fortune night. And it's, hey honey, you want real butter or fake butter? Fake. I was like, yep, that's 100% where anyone would go. Fucking real butter. I mean, real butter's good, but when you're doing popcorn, the fake shit's where it's at.
Yeah, we use real butter a lot in our recipes.
You do or don't?
Do. Yeah.
Making like dinner and stuff.
That's what I meant. Not just like on popcorn. I know what you're saying. I'm just saying.
I used to buy the little like shakes, like flavored shakers that you could put over it. Sometimes my mom would just have like ranch dip powder and you would just put that on your popcorn. So good.
It's the same.
And then I used to, popcorn and me were best friends because even after I was done with the popcorn, the bag was next. Every inch of butter off that bag was consumed.
I used to open it up and lick it. Yes.
Yep.
Oh my.
Yep. You guys were talking about you're going to eat.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who used to do it. I can't do it anymore. My wife has forbid it. My wife has forbid it. And I'm also at an age where it's probably very bad for me. Like it probably would cause massive harm, but
you'll never be as bad as the people that come into movie theaters.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how some of their popcorn stayed crunchy.
It's not. It's literally just fucking saturated when it's done. I don't understand it. It's fucking layer cake.
Like by the time they're done, there's like a pool of the butter just sitting at the bottom of the bucket.
Well, I've literally just small scoop butter shake, small scoop butter shake, small scoop butter. Like literally, I've done that. I've layer caked multiple times. It's fucking disgusting.
Oh, and then when they put in the help yourself, like let's just fill up a cup.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't made alcohol. It's just that butter with alcohol in it. Just take shots of it.
Jesus.
People would do it.
Couldn't.
Yikes.
I've double oiled batches for people. So like when you do movie theater, you have the popcorn popper, you flip all your stuff on, get the kettle up to temperature, beep, beep, so beeping and stuff. Push the oil, add the butter, salt, add your kernels, let it cook, dump it. I've literally had batches I've double oiled for people. Double oiled, double buttered. Then did the actual butter stuff. Butter, salt, then did the actual butter layer shit. It's so gross. It's fucking disgusting. I could read the label on what's all in that fucking shit. Disgusting.
When you have popcorn that's no longer white, it's just yellow. All yellow.
I love yellow popcorn.
Like
when you buy like Orville Redenbacher like double butter movie theater popcorn and you make it and it's like you take that first piece out and it's just all yellow.
No, this would like fluoresce. This would be like fluorescent.
You turn off your lights, you put a black light, just like, holy shit!
It looks like the color of lemonade.
Ooh.
And listen, no, I'm talking about like fucking saturated. Like it's soft. There's no crunch in the popcorn. It's gross.
I want some fucking popcorn. When we do our movie nights on Patreon, I will have a big old bucket of popcorn when we're watching that movie.
Hell yeah.
We'll get some popcorn.
It's gonna be just like we're hanging out. You know, if we were in the same room hanging out and having a movie night, that's what it's gonna be. So you should go over to Patreon, join us at the $3 tier. We're gonna have movie nights. It's gonna be a good time. So where am I? My goodness. So they get
they're doing the movie night.
No, they're
That's
doing
real
the
butter,
wheel.
fake butter.
They're doing the Wheel of Fortune night, not the movie night. We're
sorry,
going to be
not
doing a
movie
movie
night,
night. Yeah.
Okay.
There's so they get to Irv and his wife's house, and they discover they're dead. And my favorite is like the far shot where it's like the camera was set up at the ceiling, and it's pointing down on them in the couch, and they're checking them out. But then they do the close up shot of Irv's face, and it's clearly a dummy's head because you gotta have the spider crawl out of him, which I thought it's great, but it's also like it's kind of rough when you look at it again, especially in high def. And they are trying to determine where like the hub is for this spider, like where is like its main home, and they can't figure it out. They're like looking at a map and all that stuff. But then Atherton, when he's leaving the doctor's office, his wife, Ross's wife, hung a bunch of pictures that she took, and she hung the picture of the web in the barn. And he's like, "Where's that?" And he's like, "Oh, it's at the old Daniels place," which is funny since Ross is played by Jeff Daniels, and and so that's where Dr. Jennings lives. It's like, oh shit, well that's where we got to go, and that's when Ross also figures it out too when he's driving around with Delbert and who is he driving? Oh, with Collins. I just love again Delbert saying things, thinking he knows a bunch of stuff, but then like he's just like, oh well, maybe not. Oh, Delbert
being his charming self.
So good. It's like the fact that he says about Black Widows, like, yeah, I had a friend once who got bit by a bunch of Black Widows. Just had a really bad day.
A nest of them? They don't do that. They don't do that.
So they get to the house and they go into the barn. Well, who is it? The sheriff leaves Atherton at the barn. Atherton investigates and then gets attacked. And all you see, I love the shot though, where there's outside the barn. All you see is the fact that he drops his flashlight and it like shines out the barn. And then Delbert ends up showing up like shortly after this happens. And the other two guys, they go into the house while Delbert goes into the barn. Delbert discovers Atherton's body already strung up. Like he's already been sucked dry. He's already been wrapped up in web. I do love the fact that when we go into the house, they're watching what show?
Family Ties.
And who is in Family Ties? He is from a movie we've covered this season about giant worms in a town called Perfection.
Oh, who plays? Oh,
Michael
everybody's
Gross.
going to go Michael. Yes, it's Michael Gross. But I know Michael J. Fox is there too, but I was like, I wasn't thinking about Michael Gross being in that show. It did not even dawn on me.
He's he's the dad. But yeah, we've covered. So I have actually talked about this movie once before this year. Me and Drew from the Real Feels podcast, we actually hung out with Jason from Binge Movies and talked about creature features. And Arachnophobia and Tremors was part of that episode. So you should go check that out. And we talked about the fact that those movies had the connection because the fact that Michael Gross is on the TV in Arachnophobia, as being part of Family Ties. And he has hair, which is always funny to see.
He does. That's what threw me off.
Yeah. I think Family Ties ended and he was just like shaving my head forever. Maybe he was wearing a hairpiece towards the ends. Who knows? I don't know, but I would love to be Michael Gross someday. I digress. So the house becomes infested with the spiders. I love it because it's all practical. Like the spiders like coming down and like crawling over the walls and all that, and just like coming out of like the keyholes. I love all of that. It's so cool. The sink, they're just coming out of every orifice of this house. It's fantastic. And they are able to escape the house except for Ross. So Ross actually stays in, but then he ends up falling through 2 stories into the basement, and he's fine. He's okay. He gets up. He's like, oh, God. But I do love Delbert's suit up. He's like all in his like exterminating suit. He's like, time to go. And just starts fucking shooting him with his chemicals. Fucking blasting
like
things.
Them.
Yeah, it's like this acid. Yeah.
Yep.
It's so good. But this is when we get like the final showdown between Ross and was it Big Bob? Is that what the name of the spider was?
Yeah, Big Bob.
Yeah, Big Bob. And we get like it's crazy. So the whole thing is like you have to kill they got to kill Big Bob and they got to kill like the nest. So there's another nest there. And when he crashes through to the basement, he sees the nest, like another pulsating nest down there. No, so he's got to find a way to kill it. He goes and it's like a whole showdown where he like there's like a Chardonnay bomb that he throws there. It's like that whole shelving falls on top of him and is like pinning him there. And the spider's like taunting him. Then he's able to get out of that and he's like spraying he's got the makeshift flamethrower.
Yep.
I want to say something. As much alcohol as he had in this basement, if he would have lit fire anywhere close to that, it probably would have lit the whole house on fire. Because he had a lot of alcohol.
I kind of wish that was what happened. Because when we get to the final scene, it would make more sense. But
I will tell my favorite part of this is you've kind of already discussed it. It's where he's pinned underneath the thing. And I'm like, what's his name? Big Bob? Big Bob comes down and he just gets that bottle and just tink, and just fucking hits him like a baseball. It's fucking great. Sound makes it.
So yeah, so you find out that like Big Bob is like the general. That's what they keep calling him because he's like the one who commands all the other spiders, which is like which is kind of the whole thing with because when they caught the little one earlier, one of the drones, because you find out that these spiders don't have reproductive organs either. So again, that whole theory of like bees and ants, where it's like that you have this Big Bob is the general, and he is commanding all of these other spiders. And if you kill him, it kind of destroys the rest. Again, kind of like xenomorphs to a degree.
Well, kind of.
Because
bees,
I said kind of.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. Bees don't like the worker caste. Their inability to mate and have all the proper equipment to do so is actually regulated by the queen. The pheromones the queen puts off suppresses the other ones from wanting to mate, except for potential queens, like new queens. It's like a chemical suppress. That's why they get replaced. Like when a queen gets too old, they don't put up as much pheromones, and they make a new queen, kick the old one out.
I was gonna say, so in this movie, it's supposed to be like you don't see it, but you're supposed to figure out that the babies actually eat the mother after they're born in this.
Do they?
I guess. If you go on Wikipedia and you go through like the plot breakdown, which is not how I do the plot breakdown, people, I have notes, by the way. But if you go to Wikipedia and it says the domestic spider produces hundreds of fertile drone offspring with their father's lethal bite, and they leave the nest after consuming their mother. I don't remember them showing that.
Well, they mention them being cannibalistic, which is true. Spiders are cannibalistic, which would make sense why they don't want the other spiders there, because they would eat the babies. But that's not what real spiders do. Depends on the species. Anyway, it's fine. They tend to hang around the web and or their mom's butt for a while. So,
I've seen many videos of people doing videos of spiders, and they're like, oh my god, you see what's going on the backside? It's like there's fucking babies there. Don't touch it.
Yeah, or like people they'll kill. They're like, I killed the spider, and then like a bunch of little spiders came out. Like, no, that's not what happened. They had little spiders on them, and you squished it, and then they dispersed. Spiders don't erupt from them. It's like a fucking seed pod.
Imagine it's
shit.
Imagine it's like that's what murder is. Like if a person murdered somebody, and then it's just like instead of them dying, it's just like another human just comes out like
just writhing on the ground. What the fuck is
God?
This?
The hell is that?
Everything that dies just explodes into smaller versions of itself. Like, what the?
Oh god! But the funny thing is like when I'm watching this movie, for the majority of this movie, it feels like one movie, and this finale feels like a completely different movie because it is a full-on showdown between a person and a decently sized spider.
Yes, yeah, it's not even like
it's hilarious.
It's not like eight-legged freaks where they're like massive. I mean, it's a big spider. Don't get me wrong, but it ain't that big.
No, but it's like, I mean, Big Bob. I mean, he's still a decently sized spider, but it's like it's this showdown between these two things, and
it's sweet.
I mean, it's great, like them kind of battling it out, and it's like I'm just waiting for like punching sounds, and the spider's just standing on its like back legs, just like swinging its front legs, like. And you just get like the spider vision because it's got all the eyes.
It's like, now I just thought of the Goro Johnny Cage fight.
From the original Mortal Kombat?
Yes. Because you would assume the spider would stand on, like, it's got 2 arms up top, 4 arms, and then 4 arms for the standing. And
that'd be perfect.
Yep.
But yeah, the final showdown happens, and the general is flung into the fire.
Hits that wood.
Yep. And he is flung out, and while he's in midair, freaking perfect shot from Jennings as he shoots him right into the nest. Dead.
Yep.
They're all dead. Which I'm thinking to myself, okay, so what happened to all the rest of the spiders? But then they mentioned Collins is like, oh yeah, so Delbert got all the rest of them. Like, did he though?
Sure.
And he said they have like really short lifespan.
Yeah, because they're, like I said, they can't reproduce. So they, once they hit their lifespan, they die. So you probably mentioned the 8-Legged Freaks episode. So like your tarantula that you showed on the 8-Legged Freaks episode.
Yes.
What is their lifespan?
Depends on the species and where they're from. Tarantulas could be like just a handful of years to like up to 35 plus. Depends on the species and gender. Males are very short-lived. Their job is to grow, reproduce, and die. The female is to be bred, make babies, and continue to make more babies. That's what the female does. So the females live a lot longer. Females are generally larger mass-wise. Males are more leggier. So they have smaller bodies but longer legs, and they're they're usually color more have extra coloration depending. But not always.
Show off,
huh?
They got to show off.
They do. They males peacock.
Well,
good pets though. I said if you didn't listen to the 8-Legged Freaks episode, you're like, fuck that movie. But Arachnophobia is the one. Great pets.
You know what? Maybe someday I can convince my wife to let me have one, and I will have a tarantula as a pet, and it can live back here in the set.
Tell them it's very low maintenance. They're not stinky and noisy like kids, cats, and dogs, even though I do like all of those things. And just put it in a good container and it won't get out. They don't tend to wander far, like especially if you got a female, they'll just like an orb weaver. They're pretty. They look like what now?
Except for that one that ran up your leg.
Well, hold on, time out. That one got out and was trying to like get away from us.
But went up your leg.
It went in between my legs and on the back of my computer. But pink toes are just they're pretty. You can just look up they're all assortment of colors.
Docile.
And some of them can be assholes, like the one I have upstairs.
But the pink toes are usually docile. And the curly hairs.
And there's curly hairs, look like they're having a bad hair day every day of the week. It's really
mine
great.
Was at least.
Gosh, she was a big one though. She was really. She was
a beast. She had a bunch of babies.
Yep, they're good stuff.
So yeah, that is it. The spiders are all distinguished, but the last scene is they're back in San Francisco.
Yep.
I was like,
why?
I was like, this is weird because usually it's like we defeated something in this new place we live in. Now we can live happily ever after in that town. They're like, no, fuck that. We're going back to San Francisco. And then we get the whole thing that the only thing they really have to worry about now is earthquakes. And of course that like really valuable wine spills when they're going to check. And that's kind of the whole thing. And then it all ends with Don't Bug Me by Jimmy Buffett.
It's a decent song. I don't like Jimmy Buffett stuff very often. I hear his shit all the time, including his hotels. But that's the song I don't hear on it. I should tell him to add that to the mix track. Put Don't Bug Me in there.
Dan, what's a better end song for the Spider movies we've covered for this month? I can't remember what was in the giant spider invasion because we recorded that a long time ago. And Tarantula, I don't really think had a song, but between the weird rendition of Itsy Bitsy Spider from 8-Legged Freaks or Don't Bug Me from Jimmy Buffett.
Don't Bug Me.
Okay.
I do not like that rendition.
Angela, did you watch 8-Legged Freaks?
I've watched it several
Do you remember
times.
that rendition of Itsy Bitsy Spider? Yeah. I don't even know if I mentioned it in the episode, but I was like, oh my God, this is weird.
We talked about it briefly, I believe.
Yeah, probably.
But
yeah, that's it. That is the plot of Arachnophobia.
What's up, VHS heads? I'm Matt. Join me and my two broskies, Chris and Dave, on our movie comparison podcast, The VHS Abyss. putting two movies from the golden age of cinema against each other. Whether it's a teenage soldier head-to-head, like Red Dawn versus Toy Soldiers, or simply picking two from a back catalogue of icons of the VHS era, like Roddy Piper or Jamie Lee Curtis. Whatever link we can find between two films, we've got you covered. With facts, gaffes and plenty of laughs along the way, join us on all podcast platforms to discover who will be crowned champion of the episode. We are the VHS Abyss. Whether it's a hit or a miss, we love to reminisce.
That shit, I would have stayed in the small town. Fuck out. Dude, why would
Yeah,
you?
right? Like, it was still
Why?
a sweet spot. Like, you got rid of the fucking problem. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got a sweet gig. You're the only doctor.
So
So
I
you just left it with no fucking doctor.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, go ahead.
You literally had a pretty sweet job.
Yeah.
So I mentioned before that Jamie Hyneman from Mythbusters worked on this movie. The effects work was actually done by Chris Wallace Effects, who we've talked about a few times. He did the effects for The Fly. He did the effects for Gremlins. He's probably done effects for a lot of other things we've talked about on the show. I just can't remember at this moment. I just thought I would, throw that out there. But now it's time to go around the room and share our final thoughts on the movie. We're going to start with Angela since she hasn't been here in a while. Angela, what'd you think of Arachnophobia?
Say words.
Huh?
Say words.
I was trying to when you interrupted me. Jeez.
So rude, Dan.
Carry on.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been rude all day. Just kidding. I loved it. I remember loving it when I first watched it. It hasn't changed. Still love it. No, this did not make me scared of spiders. I already was scared of spiders before I watched it. So.
All right, Dan?
There's a fly.
Yeah, it keeps flying in my face.
We mentioned The Fly. We mentioned The Fly.
The Fly, and I said, what do you do? Would you
I just saw it fly by. That was weird.
Yes,
yeah, would you rather have this annoying ass shit in your house or spiders that are up in a corner? I'm like, dude, if it gets over, I'm gonna get it for you.
I would probably
Just saying,
take
like,
option two.
if you leave the spider alone, it ain't gonna fucking bother you. But anyway, barring that, I like this movie. It was good. Is it good? I think it's.
No, keep talking.
We good?
Yeah, keep
okay.
talking.
Okay. I think it has to be like as far as quality goes. This has to be the best spider movie. I don't want to hear shit about fucking Charlotte's Web or any of that. Fuck that shit. This is the best spider movie. I don't like the message they try to send, but that's the same thing they do with sharks and stuff like that. They kind of demonize them, and they're not really. But it's sensationalism. What now?
Sharks just want hugs.
They do want hugs, and they just have sensationalism, like we've talked about before in the past. But it's well acted. I like the characters. I like the bits of humor that are tossed in. It's not like blatantly trying to be a comedy like Eight-Legged Freaks. We're not like drop kicking spiders while we're riding motocross. They're not like making noises when they die, like. Eh. So like no spider did that in this movie that I can think of. But yeah, it's good. I think it's a very balanced film as far as what it does, and it has a very Jaws-esque feel. Like you would assume, and the fish out of water in Newtown, even though the sheriff's a little more established than Ross's character was in this, or Ross's was in this movie. But I like it. I like it. It's great. It's definitely worth watching, and it's not long. It's like what you said, like an hour and 50 minutes, hour and 45 minutes, something like that.
It's a good time. Good time.
Good movie. Great stuff.
Well
Check it out.
paced and all that. Yeah, I mean, this movie holds up. This is my second time watching it this year, and it was just as fun the second time as it was the first time, and all the other times I've seen it. Everyone who's in it is good at the roles that they're given. I love kind of the setting and the story behind it and how it all comes into place. The only thing that kind of bothers me is like the reason why this happens, like that manly character it always bothers me. It's like what is this? Like he's like the worst character because it just doesn't make sense, but like the reason behind the spider getting from Venezuela to California, I kind of like it. It's really good. Like I said, it's got Spielberg's name on it, even though Spielberg is just a producer on it. But like, I think Frank Marshall does a great job directing it. It looks good. Everyone's just doing a great job, and the effects are great.
I will say there's some nice subtlety or like some thought was put into it. There
Mhm.
was that fucking fly. I swear. It's like that damn kid is back on the escalator again. Shout out to anybody gets that reference. But like when they go down in the valley, they're like, oh, it's already like tens of degrees cooler down here. And they find the spiders. And then like going from Venezuela to California, even though California is a warm state, it's much cooler than it is in Venezuela. So it kind of explains how the spiders can survive there. Even that, especially Big Bob.
Yeah.
The hybrid ones would probably be okay. But yeah, just little stuff like that. I think it's smart. And they took some time. It wasn't just like, fuck, just spiders. David R. Paquette. Motorcycles.
They rocket. Oh, yeah. This movie all around is great. The thing is, I don't own this physically, and I need to. I need to find either a VHS copy or I think it might be getting a 4K at some point. I definitely need to pick it up, but I know you can buy it on Amazon. You can get a pretty cheap Blu-ray for it for like $10. So if you're a Spielberg fan, if you're a fan of movies like this, pick it up, check it out. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, don't put it in your mouth.
Yeah. Now it's time to go over to social media and see what you all had to say about arachnophobia. We're going to start over on the Twitter. If I go to my bookmarks so I can make sure I don't have to look through everything. Our first comment is from Best Picture Cast, who says, this one was on TV all the time in the 90s and haven't heard much about it since. What's your favorite version of Jeff Daniels? Horror, comedy, action, or drama? Oh, man, I think Jeff Daniels is just so good at all of it, where it's like, I don't know what my favorite version of Jeff Daniels is. I love, like, we talked about Speed earlier this season. Well, not even earlier, like only like last month, a couple months ago for Month of Action. I love that version of Jeff Daniels. I think he's great. Like when you talk about like Jeff Daniels and Dumb and Dumber, like he is just
fucking hilarious.
Yes, he's just, I think he's just so good at any genre you throw him in. So I don't know what version of him I like the most. I think he's just great in everything he does. Jeff Daniels is an all-around amazing actor, period. So sorry I didn't really answer your question, but thank you for the comment. Yes. Next one is from Freaks and Geeks, or at Of Horror Podcast, who says, absolutely love this movie. They did an excellent job at balancing the horror and comedy without making it too goofy and really preying on the viewer's fear of spiders. Yes. And of course, it's that great gif of the spiders coming out of the sink, which is always great. Again, they chose the perfect spiders because they look fucking cool.
Yeah, they do. They look very cool.
Stu, or Stu World Order, or at SWO Productions, says, I will be in a minority, but I am not a fan. I think the first act is really slow and boring, and the spiders are as dangerous as the scene wants them to be. It's wildly inconsistent. Okay. All right.
Fair enough. Fair point.
You know
Fair
what?
Point.
I respect your opinions, Stu. We love you over here. This is why I say I always love differing opinions on movies that,
please,
if you look at a chart, like how much people love this movie compared to how much people don't love this movie, it's pretty uneven. Like a lot of people love this movie. So I love the fact that there are people out there who don't really see the same things as others. So we love you, Stu. Thanks for the comment. Next one is, sir. Our next one is from Darren, our good friend Darren from Nostalgia Cast, and back to Bluey, who says, the proper successor to Jaws. Also the most fun I've ever had watching a movie with my kids. They jumped and screamed so many times. In fact, it's what we call scary fun in our house, since it gives you the heebie-jeebies without being too gory or mean-spirited. Love this one. I love that. I wish I had those experiences. Like my kids are at an age where it's like they'll watch movies with me, but it's like it's not to that effect. I can't wait till they're like a little bit older and I can watch certain movies and they kind of hopefully get certain reactions. Both my oldest kids did go see Jaws in theaters with me a couple weeks ago, so that was a pretty cool experience.
What was the movie? Oh, Ridley. We had that experience with Ridley. It was Speed. He was like he was getting like it really like the tense parts. Like, oh shit,
because it's so fun. It's so fun.
It is. Yeah, this is one of those.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, well, Darren, which we'll have you back on here really soon to talk about Jurassic Park Rebirth. But
yes, we will. November if it comes. I said actually it already dropped on physical media, didn't it?
Yeah, last week.
Oh, November, Darren, mark your calendars. November.
Just remember. Yeah, but he's right because this is another one of those movies that's just. It's. I'll admit, previous comment. It does have some build up in the beginning, but it's one of those. I think it's just a fun movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you have moments of levity in between all the serious stuff, and yeah.
So during their 90s Palooza, I think that's what they called it, over on Nostalgicast, Darren did cover Arachnophobia. So you should go check out Nostalgicast episode on Arachnophobia after you listen to our weird episode on the same movie. Because you want to talk about, I mean, if you've listened to the show, watched the show, Darren's been on a bunch of times, and if you've ever heard him talk, or if you've clearly heard us read his comments on social media, he's a very intelligent human being, and him and Johnny over at Nostalgicast really give some great insight to the movies they talk about. So if you want to know a lot of like the ins and outs of certain movies, check out Nostalgicast, check out the Arachnophobia episode, and then let us know what you thought, because you should love it.
Yep.
And our last one over on Twitter is from Sean Faust, or at Sean Faust, who says, I saw this in the theater at least 3 times when it came out and rented the tape pretty often. I need to revisit it because I don't remember it at all. Okay. I was wondering what Dan was doing, if he was pointing at me or if he was preparing to kill a fly.
Oh, it's the second time and I'm pissed now. I'm like trying to get the setup because they're always going to go up. So I try to be up a little. Anyway, yes, what you said. Revisit it.
And we have one over on our comment over on Instagram is from our good friend Anna, or Nerd at the Movies, who says, legit terrified me as a kid, and I can guarantee this is why I'm still so scared of spiders. See? Spielberg just has that effect, man. Even when his name is just attached,
that's good.
He can still get you.
Yeah, I went back and double checked that message from Sean Faust. Yes, please go revisit it. Sorry, I wasn't trying to ignore you. I was like fucking zeroed in on that fly, and I will end it.
All right. I think we got one over on Facebook.
Hey, maybe we hang out with Anna. We could play with spiders. They're fun.
Yeah, maybe.
They dance, like I said. Go watch them dance.
Our comment over on Facebook is from Kevin Gordon, who says they were able to make something so small, so terrifying. I mean, can you imagine getting one in a helmet and dying because of it? No, because I'd be dead.
No, yeah. It would be.
Well, thank you for your comment.
Well, you're not wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
How'd you die? Well, I took a spider to the helmet.
And then we did get a couple over on our Discord server. We have one from patron Lowang, who says, unlike Eight-Legged Freaks, this movie scared the hell out of me as a kid. As an adult, I can appreciate it for what it is. Also, it probably has the most romantic spider sex scene ever put to film.
Yep. Give him that old drum.
And our good friend Spicy Dan says, I remember watching this on VHS and being scared of spiders for months. I love John Goodman and Jeff Daniels in this movie, and I always check my shoes before putting them on. It's a wise thing to do. Very wise thing to do.
Actually, depending on where you live, I am going to change my name on because I don't have Nitro, so it won't let me do it server specific. If I ever get Nitro on Discord, I'm going to change my name to Mild Dan. Just because I just can't compete with that kind of spiciness.
Oh, God, so good. What's going on? It's Brett from the future. After we recorded our episode, we got a bunch more comments over on social media, and usually I just move on, but I figured since we got so many, I would read off all the ones that showed up after the episode. So over on Twitter, we got a couple. One of them was from VHS Abyss, who has an awesome gif of John Goodman standing there in his gear, looking badass, and he just says, fun, family-friendly horror. And I couldn't agree more. We got one from Perla Pumpkins, who says, this movie did to me what Jaws did to people with sharks in the ocean. Ever since I watched it as a little girl, I haven't been able to be in the same room as a spider. I can't even bring myself to revisit it. It literally gave me arachnophobia. I literally, at work yesterday, followed this spider all around. It literally walked around the same area for a good hour. It was actually pretty interesting. spiders are actually pretty cool. Just keep your distance. The Jacked Up Review Show just says definitely a Gremlin side quest. All right. I mean, Spielberg's name attached to that too. Primetime Mitch says, I love it. Always a fun ride. I did a watch along with 2 arachnophobes, and it remains my second most popular vid. That's awesome. I'll have to check that out. Big Nick, or at the Big Nick J, says, this is legit one of the scariest movies I've seen since I actually have arachnophobia. I mean, if you have arachnophobia, this is 100%. I could understand the absolute terror that you would experience watching this. Trash Can Tabby, or Taproom Tab, says, I had horrible nightmares after watching the made-for-TV version as a child. It still makes my skin crawl. I remember watching that. I think that was actually the first version of the movie I'd ever seen. And last one is from Jesse, or at Mr_J300, who says, love this movie. Haven't seen it in years. The first time I saw it was when Netflix used to do the DVD by mail thing. And then we got a couple more over on Instagram. We got one from Big Bad Wolf 884, who says, this was like Jaws for spiders. To this day, I feel uneasy around them because of this movie. Jeff Daniels is Brody, Julian Sands, R.I.P., is Hooper, and John Goodman is Quint, kinda. Excellent film from my childhood. And Movies for Days says, John Goodman made being an exterminator look way cooler than it is in real life. That I could not agree with more. Thank you for all the comments that you guys left on this episode. Make sure to follow us on all the social medias. I'm probably going to say it in the episode as well, but thank you so much for sharing, and make sure to look out for future movies that we're going to be covering, because we'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, back to the episode. But that's it. That are all the words are hard when you get towards the end of an episode. That is it. That is it for comments. Thank you so much for leaving your comments on the movie that we were covering. If you want to leave a comment on the movie we were covering, make sure to follow us on social media. We are on pretty much anything. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. We're either Dissect That Film or Dissect That Film Pod. If you want to join us on our Discord server, make sure to go over to our Patreon, join us at the free tier, and you can gain access to our Discord server and join in all the shenanigans that are going on in there. So that's cool. Guys, Spider Month's over, but guess what? The best month of the year is upon us. Spooktober is back. Spooktober I think this is our 5th Spooktober, which is crazy to think about. But guess what? This is a little bit different than our normal Spooktober, because it's not just Spooktober. It is the month of Angela, because Angela is hitting a milestone in life. And so we thought to celebrate that milestone, we would give her control of the entire month. So we are going to be doing technically we're doing 2 Monster Zone. She didn't pick one of the Monster Zones, because one of the Monster Zones is just one of the ones we've already done that I just throw out there. Unless I let her pick one. Maybe we'll do that. What is the Monster Zone?
Do we know? Can we talk about it?
Let's we can talk about what we're covering for the whole month if you really want to.
We could if you want. If the peoples want to know. If you don't, cover your ears right now.
Let me go into Patreon right now and see what episode is next for our out of the Patreon episode.
Well, what I will point out in the corner of our room right here is one of the daddy long leg or cellar spiders, as I've heard people call them, right here in the corner.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, whole time. It's
like it new.
Yep.
So
hang it up.
According to Patreon, our episode would be of 1966's Daimajin.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't know how it correlates. Well, it's kind of scary. The statue comes the demon statue, the vengeful statue. Maybe we can do 1964's The Horror of Party Beach. Oh, yes. It's got hot dogs.
Yeah. Angela, that's up to you. You can choose what.
We'll do Horror Party Beach.
We're going to do Horror Party Beach. So next week, for the start of Spooktober, you're going to get a out of the Patreon vault episode of 1964's The Horror of Party Beach, which is it was a blast to do. I do remember doing that episode. It was an absolute blast. It's about a bunch of freaking hot dog mouth monsters. Like, what's not to love?
Which has a genuinely scary kind of scene in it.
Exactly. So it fits perfect with Spooktober.
Exactly.
But we are going to be doing 3 episodes of the Dissect That Film podcast this month because there is 5 Fridays in October this year, and one of them is Halloween itself. So, Angela, would you like to talk about the movies that we're going to be covering for Spooktober?
Oh, shoot. I got it. Oh.
Would you like me to say what they are?
I can't remember what I sent you. I remember 2.
So, after the horror of Party Beach, we are going to be talking about a movie that came out the year of Angela's birth, the year that introduced the world to Angela, as we talk about 1985's House.
Yep.
And then for our second Monster Zone episode of the month, we're going to be talking about a modern monster movie that is batshit crazy, but Angela picked it, and we are excited to do it. And that is, I don't remember the year this movie came out, but we're talking about Velocipaster.
Oh, fucking hell. I forgot about that. All right.
Oh, my goodness.
I just remembered that one.
Velocipaster is one of those movies like, I don't know if I'll ever see this movie, but the fact that Angela chose it, there's my excuse for seeing it.
That's it.
I've just seen some of the scenes in it. I was like, oh my God.
That's the best part about this show is when shit like this happens.
Oh, man, I'm so excited. And then after that, we are back with our final 2 episodes of the month, which are both going to be Dissect That Film podcast episodes. The next one will be, I think, 1999's 13 Ghosts. Is that what year 13 Ghosts came out? 99?
I think so.
So yeah, I'm very excited to cover that because we covered that director's other movie a couple years ago when we did Ghost Ship. So
it's
going to be fun to check out 13 Ghosts once again. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. And then to end the month, our Halloween episode this year. We usually do a collection where we talk about like a franchise, but this year Angela picked a movie this is going to be the first time we're actually covering a sequel without covering the original, because we're going to be covering Terrifier 2 for Halloween. That's going to be our Halloween episode. And guess where Parker is going to be Halloween night? I'm going to be standing outside the Terrifier house at Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights. So that is pretty
fucking jealous of
fucking cool. So hopefully that night I'll record something and Art himself will show up. That would be pretty cool. So that is what we are doing for Spooktober for 2025, for the month of Angela. We're very excited to celebrate Angela, celebrate Spooktober, and talk about a bunch of cool horror movies for the month of October, as we always do. So that is that. As I stated before, follow us on social media. Go over to our Patreon at patreon.com/dissect that film, where you can drop just a single $1 and get early access to episodes up to a week early. You gain access to our Discord server. There's a lot of cool stuff in the works. Like, we're going to be doing watch-alongs over on Patreon at some point. Hopefully this month we'll be starting them, as I stated last month. I'm holding my breath that we can actually get it done. But if you join us over on the $3 tier, you can gain access to that. A lot of cool things going on over on Patreon, so make sure to go over there. You can even join us at the free tier, as I mentioned earlier, to gain access to the Discord server. Pretty cool stuff. And you help a little indie podcast pay for the things that we use to do the podcast. That's because all the money that we collect through Patreon goes right back into the podcast. It doesn't go into anybody's pockets. That's just how it is. You're helping us keep going. We have a merch store. I never talk about it, but we have a merch store over at TeePublic where you can buy merch with our logos on it. We have the new logo over there right now. Since Spooktober is going to be coming up, I usually try to make like a Spooktober logo with our name that related to a movie that we're covering for that month. So maybe you'll see Dissect That Film logo that's in the Terrifier font. That's pretty cool. Can't use Art the Clown, of course, but at least I can use the font. That'd be pretty cool. So go over there, buy some merch, support us that way. That's pretty cool. I don't know what else I got other than thanking our patrons. You guys have anything else? Am I forgetting something?
No, I don't think so. I think we hit most of it.
I hope so, because we're going to go into the final bit, which is thanking our patrons.
Oh, God.
All right. Thank you to Dustin Elkins, Billy Joseph Jr., Rudy5453, Bucket of Chum, the Shark Movie Podcast, Corey Morissette, Daniel Collins, Jordan Champion, Lo Wang, Doom Generation, Angela, Dissect That Dan, Eric Stein, Robert Stewart, Jason, Anna Presley, and Lone Wolf. Thank you so much for supporting us over on Patreon. And thank you to everybody else for supporting us, period, for liking, for commenting, for sharing the show. YouTube. Thank you. That's what I forgot. Yep. We have a YouTube channel, so you should check that out. All right. Video form, do all the stuff that you would do on YouTube. Thank you to everybody who supports us. We appreciate you, because without you, I don't think we'd still be around. But guess what? We're 218 episodes into this thing, and we're still having a good time. All right. So thank you so much. And until next time, I am Brett Parker. That is Dan Angelo of DNA Gaming. We are Dissect That Film, and this has been another episode of the Dissect That Film Podcast, episode 218. We'll see you all again on the next one. Bye-bye.